Good afternoon, everyone from Bangkok. I'm Nasreen from marketing team, and I'm here with Monica from event team. Welcome all of you to the live storytelling, dark tourism in Malaysia. This session is including Kellie Castle and Ghost Museum Penang.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon again. Thank you, Nazreen. Like what she said today, today's session is about the dark tourism in Malaysia. And with me, I have Nazreen because both of us actually are very much into these kind of story, the supernatural, the haunted, the ghost story. So we thought that why not we be the MC for today? Yeah, so like what she mentioned that today we have two places to show you. One is Kellie Castle and one is Ghost Museum in Penang. So let's start with the Kellie Castle. And for the Kellie Castle, I would like to introduce Mr. Sakaria and Mr. Samari, who will be with us. Mr. Sakaria is from Tourism Malaysia, and Mr. Samari is actually on field with us at Kellie Castle, the place. So without any further ado, we both would like to pass the floor to Mr. Sakaria from TM, so he can actually introduce the speakers and let us know more about the place.
Thank you, Miss Monica. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Selamat datang from Tourism Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have this live storytelling entitled Dark Spooky Tourism in Malaysia. So to begin with, maybe it's good for me to share with you the definition of dark tourism. Dark tourism was first used as a term in the mid-1990s by John Lennon and Malcolm Foley. They describe it as the phenomenon which encompasses the presentation and consumption by visitors of real and commodified death and disaster sites. Another scholar stated that dark tourism sites represent attractions that are considered and classified as cultural heritage sites or memorial sites. These scholars also added that tourists travel to dark sites for knowledge, understanding, and educational opportunities. Of course, there are several dark tourism sites in Malaysia that could be highlighted or promoted as unique destinations, such as we have the Jaraja Island, the Ghost Museum, and the War Museum, and all these three you can find them in Penang. And also in Perak, we have the Kellies Castle, and last but not least, the Kundasang War Memorial in Sabah. However, ladies and gentlemen, for today, we would like to share with all of you on the dark tourism in Malaysia, specifically Kellies Castle in Perak and the Ghost Museum in Penang. Together with me today, we have Mr. Zamari Muji, the Managing Director of Kellies Castle, and also Mr. Hazlami, the Senior Business Development Manager of the Ghost Museum. Well, we will now start with the Kellies Castle first. I call it the Unfinished Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, let us bring all of you now right to Kellies Castle. Okay, now we bring you right to Kellies Castle, a special video presentation that will really give you a sudden understanding about this so-called unfinished Kellies Castle. Here we go, it's coming, it's coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kellies Castle. Over to you.
Unmute. Lepas ni Pak Ya akan bagi cue kat saya.
Okay, right at Kelly's Castle now we have Mr. Zam, the Managing Director of Kelly's Castle. Mr. Zam, are you there? Mr. Zam?
Pak Zakaria, how are you?
Fine, thank you. So how are you? You're fine too?
I'm fine. Waiting for the time to deliver what
All
Kelly
right.
can offer to you all.
How is Kelly doing?
He's sleeping.
I like that. Yeah, that's right. So Mr.
Right.
Zam, we are also excited to know about this so-called unfinished Kelly's Castle. Maybe can you briefly introduce and explain to us about the Kelly's Castle? Over to you, Mr. Zam.
Thank you, Mr. Zakaria. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Perak. Welcome to Kelly's Castle, located at Jalan Gopeng, Batu Gajah, Perak. You all can drive through the highway, enter the Sumpang Pulai toll, and then come up to Jalan Batu Gajah. Then you can find this building along the road at Jalan Gopeng Batu Gajah. What you can see today is the part of the castle which is uncompleted or unfinished built. And we believe there is 14 rooms inside the castle. And there are also 3 hidden tunnel in the castle. And you can see the architecture are a mixture of European and Indian, and also a mixture of Mongol, Moorish, Indian, Gothic, and also Greco-Roman. And it was built somewhere 1915, and it's uncompleted because the owner, Mr. William Kelly Smith, died in Lisbon, Portugal, on the way to bring back the first ever lift, if he managed to bring back. And beside that, on the other building, just across Kelly's Castle, what you can see is another building was made by William also, where it's believed they stay at this yellow color building, and we call it Class House. And in World War One, we believe this house become a base for a Japanese invasion into Malaya at the time. And Kelly's Castle is become of the one of the dark tourism, because we have a unique story about Kelly's Castle. The first one is how William Kelly Smith came to Malaya way back 1890, and he built his house and his mansion. And then the second one is the architecture of this uncompleted castle, where they are using the architecture of Moorish and also Indian concept, which the design concept are similar to the Ipoh railway station and also the Sultan Abdul Samad building. And for your info, this building, Kelly's Castle building, are made from the honey, egg yolk, and also other than that, without the cement that time. And now I'm bringing you to the information room, which you can see. Here are the house which was built, which we call it Class House. And the next one is where my William Kelly Smith with Agnes in their Marlboro car. And the next will be William and Agnes entertaining their guests at the courtyard of the Class House. And you can see here, this is where my William Kelly Smith, where he built this castle for his wife Agnes and son Anthony and Helen. And when they brought about 70 workers from India to build this castle, half of them died because of mysterious sickness. And they did ask from William to build a temple about 1.5 kilometers away. And when they built the temple, and half of them are cured from the business. Until today, you can see a statue of William at the edge of the temple, right? And in this information room, we do have also a mock-up of the visitors room, right? And this is where he planned to entertain his friend when they come to the castle. And over here, I can show you the Kelly's Folly or Agnes Palace. And as I mentioned, the similarity within Kelly's Castle and also the railway station Ipoh are there. All right. And now I'm going to bring you for a tour up to the first floor, because this is the most entertaining part, or the portion which you all going to wait, that I'm bringing you to the one of the spooky duck tour location. It's on the first floor, where we call it linen room. Right. We are now in the linen room, where we have encountered an entity, the name Mr. Gopal. He's a laundryman. He was brought all the way from India, and he died here. And his spirit still occupied this laundry room. Right? Then I'll bring you to the next location. Right, now we are at the first floor. Here is the guest room, and we are crossing the ghostly balcony, where we been told that a spirit of William Kellie Smith was walking here, overlooking his house, class house, and this was
Wow, sorry.
right. Here we are.
This is so scary, exciting, and unique. I can see this balcony. Imagine at 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting here and watching some spirits passing by. I like to join this tour, I'm sure. When can I come there? I think anyone here would like to join me? 3 o'clock in the morning, the conditions. So, Mr. Zam. Mr. Zam?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Zakaria.
Okay, so this product is so exciting and unique, and I'm sure it's appealing to certain categories of people. So, Mr. Zam, who are you targeting for this kind of, spiritual tour or something? Who would like this kind of product?
Okay, thank you. Still, we are receiving 90% of our guests or tourists are from domestic, which is a local market, and about 10% of our market are from the foreigner, which covers a nearby country, Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia.
So to experience this a more exotic feeling, your opening hours is until 5 or 6, but you have the midnight kind of thing, the night version?
Right. To make it more exciting, we only open at night in October to give her experience, a chance to the guests to experience to visit Kelly's Castle at night, and that time they can feel how it looked like, what they call it, dark tour, especially when they feel it at night.
That's right. So, okay, getting to the dark side of Kelly's Castle, I have heard a lot of interesting, strange, weird experience and stories about the castle. Maybe can you share with us maybe some stories that people have encountered in this castle? Do you have some to share?
Yes, Mr. Zakaria.
Please.
I would like to
I'm
share with you and I would like to share with you and the rest of viewers, so that this is the thing which we personally encounter when I brought a friend of mine to this Helen room. Now let us go into the Helen room. Right, we are entering Helen room now. Helen is the daughter of William Kellie Smith, and this is where they designed a room for her, and you can see a bit story about Helen. And that night, around 2:30 a.m. in the morning, we put 2 candles at this edge of window, and you can see, Mr. Zakaria, the stain of the candle are still on this edge of
it's still fresh there.
window. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, And
Yeah.
what happened that night? We put the 2 candles and we start to call the spirit or entity who are residing or staying in this room. And then what happened? So things happen, Mr. Zakaria, and I would like you and the rest of the viewers to view this video.
Wow, this is getting more exciting. Let's see the video now.
Four, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God.
Yeah. What is your
OMG.
comment, Mr. Zakaria, towards to that candle?
Yeah. Oh my God, that video is so scary to me. We can feel, you know, that there is like a presence in that room. Yeah. So, Mr. Zam, but maybe one question about this candle thing. That signifies that the spirit is angry or welcoming you or what?
Actually, Mr. Zakaria, is just to tell, they just want to tell us that they are there, they are in the castle, they are welcoming us, but we do have to respect their life and we do have also to respect our life. But they are here, they are here.
Wow, I like them. So, Mr. Zam, what is your latest approach to reach your target market?
All right. Recently, working together with the tourism office in Perak, with Tourism Perak, we already joined what they call it a travel voucher, hashtag travel Perak lah, which Kellies Castle already be one of the tourist attractions, selected be one of the 10 tourist attraction to give away a 30 ringgit voucher to those visitors who spend more than 50 ringgit when they are visiting Kellies Castle. With this 30 ringgit voucher, they can spend at other places, either they can stay at the selected hotel or other 10 selected tourist attraction. And this effective from today, 1st July until 30th of November 2020.
So you are giving a lot of added values to our customer. So Mr. Zam, you know that now our borders are closed. So, but once our borders are open, maybe there should be more people wanting to visit Kellies Castle, you know, waiting for that time. So can you maybe highlight to us any interesting or special packages, especially after this MCO or this movement control order?
Yeah, as we have done it yearly, started last 2018, every month every year in month of October, we are going to launch a Kellies night tour. And we purposely open the castle from 6 p.m. until 12 midnight to give experience to the tourists to feel the existing of the entity. Again, Mr. Zakaria, Kellies Castle are not selling ghosts, but what we are selling is a experience for the guests or the visitors to come to Kellies Castle to experience with entity, because some of them might be pull their shirt or whisper in the ears or a lovely cuddle by the entity. So we do welcome all tourists, either domestic or international, come to Kellies Castle, especially in October from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight to experience that exclusive experience with entity.
Wow, so I think young couples would like to go there, you know, the more scared is their couples, the better for them. So thank you very much, Mr. Zam. Your stories have in a way create the desire to explore and experience the unfinished Kellies Castle. So ladies and gentlemen, for more information, for those who want more information, you can contact them via Facebook. Your Facebook is Kellies Castle Malaysia, correct?
Yeah.
Is it not? So we look forward to seeing you there And I can't wait to come for the 2:30 in the morning tour. Once you are open, and please don't forget to invite me.
Thank you, Mr. Zakaria. Thank you,
Okay,
Pata.
thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
Tourism Malaysia.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, let us go to the next dark tourism product. Our next dark tourism product is the Penang Ghost Museum. This Penang Ghost Museum actually is a themed ghost story scenes featuring mannequins plus costumes for visitors to wear for photos, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now bring all of you straight to the Penang Ghost Museum.
Kau dah start bagi tahu aku. Nanti tunjuk thumbs up. Video je. Audio. Video lah. Audio dah. Tengok. Sini ke belakang?
Gentlemen, right at ladies and gentlemen, right at Penang Ghost Museum is our next presenter, and he's Mr. Hazlami, the Senior Business Development Manager of the Penang Ghost Museum. Okay, Mr. Hazlami, are you there?
Thank you, Mr. Iskandar.
Mr. Zakaria, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Zakaria.
Okay, all right, that
Thank
sounds
you,
better.
Mr. Zakaria.
Yeah. So, okay, how are you?
Hi.
How is Penang?
My name is. Hi. Over here it's a bit raining. I'm sorry. So the connection is a little bit poor. But nevertheless, I will introduce myself. My name is Hazlami Rosli, Muhammad Hazlami Rosli. I'm the senior business development manager for Ghost Museum Penang. So first of all, I would like to thank the Pacific Asia Travel Association, or PATA, for conducting this storytelling, and to Tourism Malaysia for introducing us into this storytelling. Thank you very much. So currently I am in the Ghost Museum Penang, the only museum in Penang, in the world that provides this kind of attraction. So we collect stories from all around the world, stories of ghosts from all around the world, and we tell them here to all our customers. So when we tell the stories, it's in the environment that we created, the environment that
Hey, I think the video just got stuck a bit, but he'll be right back with us. So Mr. Haslami is going to show you the Ghost Museum in Penang. He's already fully ready and I'm already excited. Okay, we got him back. I'll just pass it back to him. Mr. Haslami, may I please request you to unmute yourself? Mr. Haslami? Please unmute yourself. Yes, great. Okay, great. Yeah, we can hear you and we can see you.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you see
Yeah,
me?
can hear. Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, over here it's a bit rainy, so the connection is very poor. So you can still hear me, yeah?
Yes, we can hear you. Please
Hello.
go ahead.
Okay. So about Ghost Museum. So Ghost Museum is a museum that located in 57 Lebo Melayu, 10100 Georgetown, Penang. So this is the only museum in the world that provides this kind of attraction. So what we provide is a story that we take from all around the country, all around the world, and we here, we tell it here to all our customers. But in the environment created with the ghost urban legend. So without any more, come into our museum and I show you what it's like. The first place, this is our counter, and if you can zoom in, our attraction is certified by Malaysia Tourism Quality Assurance, MOTAC. Only nine in Penang have this certificate, and overall 49 attractions in Malaysia. Okay, next. Come this way. This is our attraction. We have 5 scenes overall. The first scene is this. This is the kampong scene. In the kampong scene, you can see in the old days, there are old days, all the walls are made out of zinc. This is because it's cheap to get and easy to install. So all the residents in the old days, okay. In the museum, you can see very obvious is this. We have a storyboard and a photo sample. The storyboard that tells the story about the ghost and the moral value in 3 different language. One is English, second is Mandarin, third is Bahasa Melayu. So the first scene is Orang Minyak. Orang Minyak is a normal person that do dark magic, and covering itself with oil and go to houses, all these houses in the neighborhood and start stealing and raping all the virgins. So to be specific, 44 of them to gain more power. So as you can see, please zoom in the Orang Minyak. Come, we go to one of the most famous local ghosts. So the famous ghost among local is this. This is Pontianak. Legend has it that this beautiful ghost will wander by the roadside and stop pass buyer and request for a lift back home. And of course, the house that she asked all the pass buyer to go to is actually a graveyard. So we have here as well is Toyo, and also the infamous mirror ghost. This mirror ghost is actually the story is actually made up by the locals so that all the women don't, the youngsters, they don't stay in front of the mirror for so long. For them, it's a bad omen. So they create this story to spook them. So the equally famous ghost in Malaysia is Langsui. Compared to the Pontianak, Langsui is also one of the famous urban legends. Langsui is actually very terrifying ghost to encounter due to its scary and horrible appearance. So it will be roaming at night, flying around and harassing villagers and pregnant women. So we move next to the midway. Come. Midway through the kampung scene, there's one more scene that you're going to encounter is this. This is pocong. Pocong is actually very famous among Muslims because pocong wrap itself with kafan. It's a white cloth that is called kafan. So actually Muslims, when they die, they wear this kafan go and for the last burial. So this kafan shows that when you die, you will be buried in this kafan. Okay. For pocong, what you will do, you will go out at night. You will go to all the houses and scare people around the roadside, asking for help. What kind of help? Yes, the help is asking to unclap, to open up, to tie, to untie or loose up the knot on the top and at the bottom. So it will ask for help to untie. Okay, next. Okay, the last scene. Now, the last scene is the last scene for kampung is actually outside from kampung. We outside from the house. So as you can see, all the houses in the old days, they'll have the house is separated from the toilet. This is to avoid the smell because last time they don't have any water system and all, so they are outside the house to keep the smell and the pest. So this is how it looks like. You have to travel quite a distance to go to the toilet. Okay. Next scene. Next scene will be the China scene. The China scene, we kickstart with Tan Biliang. Tan Biliang is famous among Tan Biliang is famous among taxi driver that in the old days they mentioned about her often hired the taxi and asked to go to a cemetery. She will wear in in red color shirts, and they have to send her to a cemetery, and she will just drop there and just walk and disappear. So what's spooky about this is that in front is that every time when they counted the money afterwards, after they finish the shift, they will count the money, and the money is actually ghost money. They will found ghost money. Ghost money is the money that used for prayer. So this is what spoke about the place, about the incident. Sorry. So next we go to the chance. So I will stay here. And I will stay here behind these three lovely chances. So Mr. Zakaria.
Yes. So, Mr. Hazlami, your stories are reminding me of the ghosts I've heard during my younger days. So, this is such an amazing product, Mr. Hazlami, and there is a lot to learn, to feel about the ghosts and spirits that we have around us. So, can you share with us who are your target market for this product?
Okay, 60% of our, based on our statistics, 60% that come to our attractions is actually local, and another 40% is foreigners that come from Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, uh, and Western countries, and also Mediterranean countries, and you have from this Arabic countries also. They will be coming in. Most of them will the age will be around 6 to 80 years old.
So maybe can you also explain to us, you know, because this kind of place, you feel, you see, and some people comes with a, you know, in Malay, because small heart, when you are too scared, you will experience something else or things like that, you know. Some people who are brave, they will experience your things. But generally, can you explain to us, is there any interesting experience at the location to be expected when tourists visit the Ghost Museum in Penang?
If you say a scary place in our attractions, I would say the kampong scene, the one that I showed just now. Why? Because kampong scene, we have done a lot of, along these years, since we opened in July 2015, there's many people that are very spooked with the place. They don't like going to the place. So when they first walk into the place, they have ghost bumps, they have, so literally they don't want to go in. So they're asking for refund, things like that. So for anyone who likes all these supernatural feelings, who like all these entities, they can come and feel the kampong by themselves, the kampong scene by themselves.
Wow, it's like the love hate kind of thing. You hate the ghost, but you want to be there. So you know,
Yes, correct.
very interesting. That makes people, you know, curious about the place, and yet you cling to each other, and you know, trying to get yourself confidence. So
Correct,
wow, this
correct.
is
Even
very.
we mellow down the last time when we opened, we do a very scary kind of sound over there with the sound system and all. So it spook people a little bit more. So what we do is we mellow it down, make it more friendly, a bit funny kind of way, but still people are still scared with the place.
If I were to come to your museum, I would straight go to the kampong, but with the louder volume, so that we have more, you know, more real feelings
Cheerful
about, you know.
experience.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Okay.
you want more real feelings? Okay, we can
Yes.
arrange that.
This is very exciting, Mr. Aslami. So what's your latest approach to reach your target market?
Okay, compared to before RMO, we before RMO we do a lot of on-road marketing. So we join into travel marts. We join into we have our own maps. So we do a lot of roadshows, events. But after RMO, what we are planning is to do more into online marketing. For
Very
example,
good.
Google boosting and
Mm.
Facebook boosting, things like that. Things that because now we know that people are trying to achieve a good social distancing between each other. So by going into social media is the best way, and is in the trend right now.
Yes,
So
yes.
even bloggers, even our bloggers friends are really helpful. They do a lot of videos regarding us. They come to our place, do some shooting. It does drive up the ratings. And also when customers walk outside from our attraction and they finish our tour in our attraction, we will ask them to review in our Google, in our Facebook page, so that all this so that our ratings can get up, and when people are searching for us, easier for them to get us.
That's very clever. I like the way you reach your market. So, Mr. Hazlami, is there any interesting packages, especially after the MCO, like once borders are open? Would you have any special packages that you like to share with us? Or looks like we have here. It looks very scary here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the packages that we can offer is currently what we are doing is uh, we are doing domestically. We are blasting domestically, Facebook and Google. So what we are doing after the borders is lit up, and what we are doing, we will start boosting to all the countries that used to come to our place. For example, Thailand, China, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Western countries, and also uh, Middle Eastern countries. So all these boostings will be done to ensure that people will start coming from all these countries.
Well done, Mr. Hazlami. But the good news is, I also heard that there is another ghost museum, right? Somewhere in Malacca. Is it your sister property or something?
Yes, correct. It's a newly opened ghost museum. We opened on September 2019. So it's something quite similar. The concept is similar, but the attractions inside, the things inside is totally different. Here is more to a spooky kind of place, but over there it's more like a mini scale theme park. So inside there you have a very large scale of setup and all. So we have a video that we can show you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So maybe we can play the video so that you can see how totally different Ghost Museum Malacca compared to Penang.
Okay, while waiting for video if it's there, but wow. Mr. Azlami, so this you share with us that this is like, besides trying to have the thrill of feeling the spiritual things and so on, is also some lesson to learn, things to educating people about this spirits thing and things like that, right? So what are the basic learning things of by going to your place? What do we learn?
Okay, if you can see when I walk through the scenes, we have a storyboard that will tell you the stories about the ghost and the moral value. Actually, what we are trying to implement here is to tell people that the story behind all these ghosts, even some of the ghosts, for example, here, the one standing behind me, is actually is a story, it's a makeup story. It's not a real story. It's just to spook people, to scare people. Because in the old days, this is the easiest way to make sure people understand and people follow instructions. So they spook people with all these ghost stories.
That's right, yeah.
That,
So the
yeah,
kid doesn't come out at night, stay at home.
correct,
Especially for
correct.
COVID, stay at home, we should have these more stories like this, so that people will stay at home.
Correct. If it's in the old days, people will create a ghost story
That's right,
about
yeah.
COVID-19.
Yeah, because there was no COVID at the time, so you need these ghost stories. So thank you very much for sharing this with us. It's so exciting. We are so impressed by your product. It's like one of the kind in this world. So for those who are interested to know more about this Penang Ghost Museum, you can contact them via Facebook, which is Ghost Museum Penang, correct? Ghost
Yes.
Museum Penang? Okay. All right. Thank you very much to the presenters from Kelly's Castle and the Ghost Museum. Thank you to all of you who are still with us. And for those who want more information, once again, you can contact them via Facebook, Kelly's Castle Malaysia, and also Ghost Museum Penang. But just to add up, in Malaysia, actually some of the famous dark tourism sites, besides Kelly's Castle and the Ghost Museum, we do also have ones, we call it Jereja Island, the War Museum, and also the Kundasang Memorial Sabah. Maybe I share you a little bit. The Jereja, it is said to have more history per square inch than most other places in Malaysia. To add it more, Jereja has provided home for many varied lives. It has been the base for rural fishing communities, a shipyard, a leprosy colony, the quarantine station, displaced persons and refugee camp, tuberculosis center, a prison, you know what happens in prison, right? A granite quarry, and now a holiday resort. So for those who are interested, it is in Penang. And there's one more in Penang, we call it the War Museum Penang. It is where visitors can explore tunnels, war exhibits, which is related to artifacts at this former fort with a dark past. And last but not least, if you like something more than that, there is this Kundasang War Memorial in Sabah, which is dedicated to the British and Australian soldiers who died in the Sandakan Power prisoners of war camp during their death march to Ranau during the World War II. Besides that, it also recognizes the sufferings and sacrifices of the native of Sabah. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us, and we hope you find these places and these tourism products appealing, and please share with your friends and customers on this exciting product. We call it the dark tourism in Malaysia. Till we meet again, thank you very much. Oh, boleh. I pass it back to Monica from PATA headquarters. Monica, you are there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, over to you, Monica.
Okay, thank you. So we actually have received few questions and few have already been answered, but there is few questions. Let me just read it out and maybe you can answer from your side.
Okay.
Okay. What are the efforts done by the attraction operator to enhance the visitor experience and to make the visit lively? For example, the renting of virtual reality class at London. Yeah, these are the questions. I think it's more related to the museum. And then there were questions regarding to the...
Mr. Hazlam, Mr. Zamri, are you still there? Mr. Zam? The question is, what are the efforts done by the attraction operator to enhance the visitor experience and to make the visit more lively? For example, the renting of virtual reality glass at London Dungeon, something like that. So do we have something like that? Mr. Zam?
Yeah. In fact, we are planning, Mr. Zakaria. In fact, we are in the midst of plan to discover and to dig the so-called undiscovered tunnel from the castle to the next nearby temple.
Okay, that's exciting. So the next question, I think, why can't we make our museum more cheery and brighter? I think it's supposed to be a ghost museum. It has to be gloomy, isn't it? If it's too bright, you don't feel like you're in a ghost museum. Shall I pass it to, Hazlami, you want to add?
Okay, in Ghost Museum Penang, the scene and the setback is like this. It's a bit gloomy and dark, but in Malacca, it's totally different. The scene that we set is it's more bright and it's bigger, so easier for people to take photos in groups. And most importantly, what we add in Ghost Museum Malacca is an augmented reality. So this augmented reality is to it's to cover back things that we have need to stop during this RMO. For example, we are not allowed to wear costume anymore in the attraction, and also there's no tour guide. We are not providing any tour guide. So the customers have to walk in using their own map and taking this augmented reality on their own.
Thank you, Mr. Hazlami. Mr. Zam, there is one question people are interested to know about this Gopal. Watak Gopal, about his close friend. You say very appealing. Can you tell me more about Gopal?
Okay, Mr. Zakara, actually, just to share with you, I personally encounter Gopal when we make one session that night, and we put one volunteer, and we put spirit into the volunteer, and I personally spoke to him, and I asked him, "What is your name?" He said, "My name too long, and give me a short name." And he told me that, "Oh, my name is Gopal. I'm a laundryman. I was brought all the way from India by Mr. William Kelly Smith, and he's supposed to send me back, but he didn't turn up."
Oh.
So he's roaming around because he was not sent back. That's something
You
exciting.
are right, Mr. Zakaria.
Wow. But he's quite jovial then. He's taking, he has a long name and his short name is Gopal.
Yeah, maybe his long name Gopal Chandran, blah, blah,
I
blah.
like this guy. They must meet him. Okay, so the other one is ada soalan?
Yeah, we
Okay.
got all the answered,
Yes.
Mr. Zakaria.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for the questions. Thank you for the answers. And thank you, Monica.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much to Mr. Haslami and Mr. Samari for showing
Thank
us.
you, Monica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye, Ka.
Bye.
So I'll take over from them, and it's
All
back.
right. Thank you.
So if there
See you
is
in
any...
Malaysia, everyone.
Yes, Ka, don't forget, if you happen to be in Malaysia, make sure that you try to find a time and visit both the museum and both the Kellie Castle, and you know who to contact. You have Mr. Samari there and you have Mr. Haslami there. And not to forget, you always have your friendly Tourism Malaysia there. They are happy to help, and if there is anything, you can always visit the website.
We have Helen and Gopal always waiting for all of you.
Okay, yes. I don't know if
Alright.
anyone would, but maybe Nazarene might want to meet Gopal.
Okay.
Yeah, so if there's any further question and answer, any further question, please feel free to drop them directly to Tourism Malaysia, or you can write to us and we will pass it on.
All right, yes.
Okay, the contact details are up there. You can either write to me or anyone from my team, and the email is the team@pata.org.
Okay,
So
yes, that's right.
Nazarene, would you like to wrap up? What did you just see? Is there like something that you feel that...
This is very interesting story for me, and the candle part is scary to me too. Yeah, and the Ghost Museum is so excited. It has very variety of ghosts around the world.
So next time when you go to Penang, you have to visit.
Yes, sure.
I actually went to Penang and I just walked past by and I was like, okay, so already evening time, I'll do it next time. Now I saw the inside. Next time when I'm in Penang, I'm going to visit the Ghost Museum. So with this, we would like to thank our destination partner, Tourism Malaysia, and special thank to Mr. Zakaria for being here with us today. And as
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And thank you so much to Mr. Samari, who took us to see the site, Kellie Castle, and show us the Helen's Room. Yeah. And thank you so much to Mr. Haslami for wearing such a beautiful costume and show us around the Ghost Museum in Penang.
We thought he's one of them.
Oh, we thought the same too.
Yeah.
See, so much effort put it in.
It's actually a very wonderful session. Like we were really scared. She actually got scared during the candle scene. So it was something very interesting. Once again, not to forget, if you are there in Malaysia, please visit the place and see the dark side, which is very interesting dark side of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So with this, we want to just inform you about the next session that we are going to have. And Nazarene, what is the next session?
The next session is live experience from Sevilla as a cultural destination on 4:30 to 4:30 to 5:30 Bangkok time. And also don't forget to visit the digital showroom. It's available 24 hours.
Yes, and sorry for the timing over there. It must have been the mistype by
Yeah.
us. So the timing is like what Nazarene just said, is 4:30 to 5:30 today. So please come and visit and see the other side of Spain. After the dark tourism, now we will show you the cultural side of the Spain. And yes, don't forget to visit where, Nazreen?
Digital showroom. Yes.
So with this, we both would like to say goodbye and thank you so much once again to all the team over there, Tourism Malaysia, Mr. Samari and Mr. Hasrami. And thank you so much to all the audience, and we hope to see you all for the next session.
See you.
Okay, that was like a bit of the scare to end our dark tourism. With this, we all would like to say bye-bye and then see you all again.
See you.
Bye, Ka.